We're all out here freezing. It's a cold day, but it's a cold day for democracy too.
Hey.
But in March of 2005, sorry, I lose the centuries here. The president of Veterans for Peace, David Klein, with the authorization of the board, wrote a letter to our Congress. Dear member of Congress, on the second anniversary of the invasion and occupation of Iraq, this letter is sent on behalf of Veterans for Peace, a national organization of military veterans, to appeal for congressional action to remove George W. Bush and Richard Cheney from the offices of President and Vice President of the United States, respectively. We do not make this call lightly. As former members of the armed forces, we take our responsibilities as citizens very seriously. For that reason, we believe that when our government conducts a war of aggression on Iraq and commits a growing and appalling series of what must legally be considered war crimes and crimes against humanity in the execution of a war, it violates Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution, the War Crimes Act 1996, 18 U.S.C. and 2441, and numerous international treaties which are legally binding on our nation. Seeing this happen and understanding all too well the suffering it is causing and will continue to cause among our soldiers, their families, the people of Iraq, and the fabric of both societies, we cannot stand by in complicit silence. If you will read the relevant sections of the Nuremberg Principles, the Geneva Conventions, and other treaties this administration has violated, you will be left with only one conclusion: that this administration's war in Iraq, in addition to being increasingly unpopular amongst Americans, is an unmistakable violation of our Constitution and federal law, which we have sworn to uphold. Our system, in our system, the remedy for such high crimes is clear. This administration must be impeached.
Yes. Yes.
We urge you sincerely and solemnly as possible to begin impeachment proceedings as President Bush and Vice President Cheney in the House of Representatives, and follow with that with a trial in the Senate. In the name of humanity, we beseech and direct you to act urgently.
Yes.
Signed, Dave Klein.
Excerpts from the Constitution of the United States of America. Preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Article 1, Section 2. The House of Representatives shall choose their speakers and other officers, and shall have the sole power of impeachment.
Article 1, Section 3. The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. When sitting for that purpose, they shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside, and no person shall be convicted without the occurrence of 2/3 of the members present. Judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. But the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable and subject to indictment, trial, judgment, and punishment according to law.
Article 1, Section 8. The Congress shall have the power to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and to make rules concerning capture on land and water, to raise and support armies, but no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years, to provide and maintain a navy, to make rules for the government and regulation of the land and naval forces, to provide for calling forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrection, and repel invasion, to provide for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia for the government, such parts of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of officers and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress.
Article 2, President, Section 1. Before he enter on execution of his office, he shall take the following oath or affirmation. Quote, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Article 2, Section 4. The President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors.
I pledge to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. Hooah! Yeah! Hooah! When that letter was written in 2005, VFP, Veterans for Peace, produced this pamphlet, which I recommended to you highly. Included in it are some of the rationalizations for impeachment. It's a very nicely written document and well documented. So there's a section here, laws violated by President Bush, Vice President Cheney, public officials under their authority, and members of the U.S. military under their command sufficient for impeachment. The U.S. Constitution, Article 6, part of the land of the law of the land, thus a violation of the UN Charter, Hague 4, Geneva Conventions, etc., is also a violation of U.S. federal law.
That's correct.
U.S. federal law 18 U.S.C. and 2441, the War Crimes Act of 1996, makes committing war crimes defined as a grave breach of any of the international conventions signed at Geneva 12 August 1949 or any protocol to such a convention to which the United States is party, punishable by fine, imprisonment, or death. The following treaties and charters which define laws of aggression, laws of crimes, crimes against peace, crimes against humanity. And I will just list them. The laws and customs of the land, Hague 4, U.S. General Assembly Resolution 3314, the Nuremberg Tribunal Charters, Geneva Conventions.
Oh yes, Saturday come out for the big event against the war. Come out on the mall. The event starts at 11 o'clock.
All right.